Come and take it. It's a well-known phrase, but it's also now a challenge one Houston area school district is making as it refuses to give back money to the state as part of what is commonly known as the Robin Hood Plan.
So that's happening in Spring Branch ISD, and now a North Texas district is following their lead. In theory here, wealthier districts are told to share their tax revenue with those who have less. Andrea Lucia is joining us now, and you're going to kind of walk us through the backlash of all of this, Andrea.
Well, we're talking about Keller ISD. I'm here outside the administration office right now. It is considered a property-rich district by the state, not at the scale of Highland Park ISD or Plano ISD, but this past year it did pay about $2.5 million in recapture. Well, the board last night said it's not going to do that again next year. Trustees criticized the lack of transparency in the system. This money, they said, isn't necessarily going to poorer districts like it is supposed to in theory. They also criticized the fact that the state legislature hasn't increased how much funding schools should be keeping or receiving despite a multi-billion-dollar surplus. So on a vote of 4-1, it did vote not to authorize that next recapture payment. Spring Branch ISD did that 2 weeks ago, so it seems to be following its lead. Trustees said they expect other districts to do this as well.
The question I have is, can districts just get away with not making the payment at all?
Yeah, well, that's what we all want to find out, right? I spoke to some people who are familiar with the law who think it is unlikely. Now, Keller ISD doesn't have to make another recapture payment until September of next year, so there is a lot of time for this to play out. I spoke to Josh Sanderson with the Equity Center. He told me that the state could just deduct what's owed from some of the aid that it does provide to Keller ISD or other districts who choose to do this. The law, he said, also allows the state to de-annex property from a district that's delinquent. That means it could essentially redraw some boundaries, remove some property from the district, and reduce its tax base. That could really create some issues. Another possibility with the upcoming special session is that lawmakers could change the funding formula and Keller could end up owing nothing at all. But Sanderson said that districts that have tried this in the past have always ended up backing down and making their payments.
But 12 months to see it play out, pushing the boundary of state law. Andrea Lucia, thank you so much.